Comes to Jerem with a shot.
Well, full round. Was it a full round or under reserve grade games got called off this week?
Yeah, pretty much a full round.
Yeah, so it was a full round. Not pretty much. When
Well, it
when
wasn't.
six games,
It
and
actually
six games
wasn't.
is full.
Because New Lambton and Olympic was called off.
So I don't know if you've actually seen this, Nick. With sort of, there's no real program
I've
on
watched
how
a
we
couple.
do stuff.
I've watched a couple.
Yeah. But good to have you anyway.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Thanks for having me.
we'll talk about it a bit more. And
Thanks,
you
buddy.
guys got the trophy on Old Boys Day as well. That must have been good for for a club that's had its off-field issues the last sort of 20, 30, 40, 60 years.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job this year to get up into NPL 1. What do we even call it? NPL 1, NPL, the main game. Anyway, you're up.
I'd say
Day
Nick
league,
might have done his homework
yeah.
and knows
Yeah,
what it's
yeah.
called.
NPL, yeah.
NPL.
Well, that's awesome.
I just don't have to go to Thornton again. That's
Yeah. Well, you look stoked about that.
yeah. There's some places I never want to venture.
I mean, there's Western.
That's better. It's got grass on the field.
It is actually
No cricket pitch.
our friends at Western. Yeah,
No,
cricket pitch.
it's good. It's exciting. It's been, I think, since Bolgy coached in 2000, he's messaged me about that a few times. Brad Davies was there then. CT apparently just told me. So there's always been good players there, and I think it just rode the roller coaster out there. It's hard to get players in and out and sort of isolated a bit. But we've done well the last 8 years. Won 3 grand finals, and youth's going quite well. So I think it was only a matter of time before we could get promoted or allowed to be promoted is the other thing.
Well, it's great they brought in promotion
Yeah.
relegation this year, which we'll talk about a bit more in depth after we have a little break and get you a little bit more lubed up in the good way, in the good sense, not the behind the blacksmith's toilet sense. no lube required. Well, let's go out to Jack McLaughlin. Big weekend for Jack McLaughlin. The seniors on the Saturday,
It's a rare.
juniors on the Sunday.
Rare to get two.
Is it going to be all right for Jaffers, the Australia Cup?
Yeah, we're
Or
training
did you
on it
purposely?
tonight.
Did you
We're
purposely?
training on it tonight. We've got youth there on.
Yeah,
the
I
weekend,
heard there's
yeah.
a donut show as well with some cars and stuff just to get it
I
proper
think
prepped.
the money's been paid by the Jaffers owner,
Yeah.
so whatever we do there,
Whatever.
doesn't matter. You know.
Okay, Sarah.
I think they're going to need a rough track anyway. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, very
So-
good. You're going
but-
out to that game. I know you'll be in
I'll
Perth.
be in Perth. Yeah,
You're making the
yeah,
flight?
no, they're letting me get on the plane.
Are they?
Yeah,
Did you have to
so
get ticked off medically for
ticked
that?
off medically, and so yeah.
And did
Hopefully
you
nothing
get
goes
any,
wrong on there. I've got
what do you
some
call it?
medication,
Yeah, you
some
did?
extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of extra.
I'll leave some.
For the
I'll bring
polls, for
some
the
home.
polls end of season trip.
I'll bring some home. But yeah, big win for the Eagles.
4-0.
4-0. Yeah. Lake Macquarie. They put up some resistance. They worked hard, and they always do. They some good young boys out there. Tappy worked hard again, and they stayed in it. But we just scored goals at the right time, and we're always in control. And I think Lakes would agree with that. But it's it's been a difficult season for them. But again, Ryan Fields just is all you want in a striker.
Yeah. Is it
I don't
Foots?
know. I just call him Foots. It sounds better.
Footsy.
It might just be Foots.
Play footsies with me.
But,
Good player though, isn't he? He's
very good player, and they get to be on show in the Cup in Perth in a couple of days.
It's going to be unreal when Bell Swans get their checkbook out. And
Yes, yeah.
he's in a nice part of Newcastle.
The checkbook rules, doesn't it? So
He does look like a very good player.
He's very good player,
yeah.
very
Powerful
good
level,
striker.
sort of,
Well, he
Yeah, yeah.
scored. I think he's up to 20 goals in. He's only played 10 or 11 games, so he missed the first 7 or 8 games. So
And
just,
the
just
young
looks like he's old school. He's always in the box. He shoots whenever he gets the chance. He's selfish, which is what your strikers to be, and very good striker, and someone that could definitely play at a higher level.
Yeah, he's just a bigger body. You don't realise until he's out on the pitch. He is that bigger body as well, and he can knock a few defenders around.
He does. He works really hard, and his runs are great. And it's all you want from a striker, especially at this level. Someone who puts the ball in the net and is prepared to dig in, and when it's tough and gets in and wins tackles and headers. He's been terrific for Edgeworth. We've sort of lacked that in the last few years. So.
You would have seen a fair bit of late Macquarie potentially this year, or not?
We played them in a trial game,
Yeah.
but I don't really watch much of their stuff.
You know,
No.
on BarTV.
Oh, I watch
No
a few
club.
games, but yeah, yeah.
We'll lead you
They're very
into-
young.
Yeah, yeah.
They're very
Yeah,
young.
they are very young. Yeah.
Peter's well respected in our group. He's coached a lot of the coast
Yeah.
boys, so
Yeah.
he's doing a good job there, I guess, with what he's got, and it'll be interesting to see what he does next year.
Yeah, it will be interesting, and maybe you can swap numbers and give him some advice on how to get up and maybe not yourselves, but I'm joking. Pete Preston, big fan of the show. He is, likes and
He
shares
is.
everything.
Yeah, I love
good
it.
man. Let's go to
man.
Cooks. Cooks Hill. I tell you what, if they're looking to get him by goal difference over the last 4 or 5 weeks, 5-0 again against Maitland. I mean.
And our man, Cody Nankara, didn't score.
I know.
either.
What's going on?
Carter Smith, though, he's one
Yeah,
to
he's
like
good.
as well.
He's good,
I don't know if you
yeah,
know
yeah.
anything about
I thought
him.
he was a defender.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
up
not-
top.
it's only really been this year. I saw him last year. I thought he did play up front last year, just by remembering him by looks. When he's a big, tall lad, but this year he's gone to another level. And in combining with Nankara, they may have just left their run too late. But if results go their way, and especially this weekend, it's going to be a good finish.
Yeah, it's going to. Yeah,
But just scoring goals, so
couple more rounds to go.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be
I mean, it is a good finish for that 5th spot, and it might be just out of their reach. Maitland, though,
Yeah, I think they might have just clocked off. You're talking to Bolchi, and he's, I don't want to say too much, but
breaking news. I forgot about this. Sorry, my eyes lit up.
Yeah, I just think they've just clocked off a bit, and it's be difficult mid-season for something like that to happen. And they held it together for a little bit. It was always going to be a battle. You probably got coaches talking to their players, and so.
Well,
It's been- he's had a great year.
breaking news
Yeah.
for the Poles fans out there, and everyone who wants to get up to Maitland on the 21st. We've been asked to host their award ceremony.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think CT can make it, so I'll show you the message. I got it yesterday.
Okay.
I may be in Vegas, so you might have to do it yourself.
No, well, I'm in Vegas with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah, true.
No, I'll
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Yeah, so
It'll
just
be fun.
get your palm cards ready.
Yeah.
We'll be right. But can you see Cooks Hill getting into the finals? Because there is finals in Tier 1. Obviously, you guys
They,
don't play.
they did a similar thing last year, I thought, and I think they've
Yeah, they
built on the
did.
back of that. It's good to see. There's a lot of good players in that team that come from or played a bit in the second division. They're still there, but it's pretty tight there. But they're in form. But it's sad to see what happened at Maitland. Really,
They'd be getting the eyes picked out of them, you think?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Given probably, Adam Hughes has probably gone in there with a mandate to bring some younger players.
Well, I think
through.
he'd be looking to sign most of them that are still up there, or at least 3/4 of them. But he'd have his eye on a few. Obviously, at Valentine, he'd probably take a few from there, and he'd
I
have
heard
his
he's
eye
not.
out. He's not. Yeah.
He's not touched them.
No. Well,
Everyone's agreement.
yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's what happens at the family
Yeah,
club, mate.
seems-
Family values. It
seems
comes
hard to
through-
believe, but
comes
if
through
you know.
where you've grown up, mate. That's what happens.
We'll wait and see if
Let's go to the family club, who had probably the surprise of the round against table-topping Jaffers, who had all their players as well.
Yeah.
We were talking on Sunday and thought, they must have had a few out, but when I watched the mini game on BarTV Sports, which you can do on the app, which you can download right now, on all your stores.
Well, I spent a little bit longer and I watched the whole game.
Oh, did
But
ya?
we are playing the Jaffers, so sometimes I just stick with a mini game. But Bailey Newton scored early, and it looked like it was just all going to be back to normal for Jaffers. But Valentine held in there, and Toby Jensen got a double, and Martinelli, who scored a couple this year as well. And you just kind of wondered where that form was for the last 6 weeks, and they've had some the off-field stuff as well, which obviously has affected them. And but they look like a side that could win a couple on the way in.
Well, it was a good win, and I know they were happy with it because I know I tipped against them last week for the first time of the year. And when I got to Edgeworth, Adam Hughes, he was there with his coaching staff, and I walked past him, big smile. Hey mate, how are you? So they must be big fans of the show as well.
Well, there's a big amount of coaches there for the youth. The new coach, the old coach, current coach. The only one, who didn't say anything in the 15s was the actual 15s coach.
Jesus.
That Gaz.
No. He's the coach of the 14s.
I coached the 15s.
Anyway, he drew with the 15s, big giant killers over at Edgeworth. But it must be, I mean, this is going to be awesome next year when you guys come in to the comp and, playing against Valentine, that derby feel. I mean, obviously, you're the glamour club against the People's
Cooks
Club.
Hill are sort of our derby.
We
We had some real good battles with them when they were in the second division.
I'm talking
geographical. Oh, yeah, that's
it's a big work for a carpenter.
Valentine. They're all those people are moving to the area of Blacksmiths at the moment. Actually, so they sort of call it South Valentine.
Yeah, is that what it is?
It's a bit of a so it will be a bit of a rivalry. We have to start one, I guess. But yeah. They've got a good facility, but I'm glad to go there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, kid from St Mary's, growing up in the school of hard knocks, with all the leagueies, just pelting balls at you. That's why you're a good goalkeeper, I heard. Don't worry, I'll do my research.
Played a bit of rugby league at school with the boys, but it was good,
Cool. This one, we did the game, Magic Azuri at Magic. It was just Magic just didn't seem to be there, did they?
Just a torrid affair.
It was their old boys' day too.
Yeah, old boys. 2004. Old boys grand final day. But it was a torrid affair. There's a lot of hard work in midfield, a lot of tackling, and the field was a little bit rough, and the wind was awful and horrible. But just couldn't. The dribblers and the really quality, silky players just couldn't get going, and there really was only 2 or 3 chances, clear chances in the whole game, and the goalkeepers really didn't have a lot to do. But the point's a good one for Magic in the sense that their goal difference is pretty good, and it means they do have to slip up. Azuri, it keeps them in the hunt for third. But I thought they were pretty good, Azuri.
They were better than Magic, that's for sure.
I thought they were. I was fairly impressed with their work rate, and got some good players in all positions. I like their left back.
I really like the Friendo, midfielder one. The midfielder one. One who plays up top, not so much. But
Well, I like them both. It's just
Harry and Larry
it's
Friendo.
an easy way to remember their names. The midfielder Friendo and the.
It's Harry and Larry.
But again, I think them two are good, and obviously Taylor and Reeves were good again. And
I thought and Cousins as well, particularly early on, was good, wasn't he?
I thought he was good. Yeah.
Just his bigger body in that midfield and just knocking the little kids off the ball, basically.
And like you spoke about their size, and they do sort of just tower over them, tower over the Magic boys. But it was I think it was a good semi-final type match. It just lacked any real quality. That we're used to from both sides.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was certainly not a game played by midfielders, was it?
Not really. No, it was just
and it was bloody freezing. It was bloody freezing. Last game up at Rockwell Automation Park again, Western home game.
Yeah.
We're in some sort of Mandela effect where they don't seem to play away, Western. But anyway, 6-0 Adamstown.
West, they're still just in with a chance, and again, they just showed what they can do when they get it right. But Adamstown are probably just almost waiting for that, the playoff. I think that New Lambton have really only got to get 1 point. Talking to Pricey last week, so I feel like I think that's going to be the playoff, and we'll ask.
We'll ask
Staff later. Well, now about what you think of those 3 teams below, or who it's going to be, and the chances they do have against Adamstown.
Yeah, there's obviously, obviously you guys are well out in front.
Yep.
So there's obviously a difference in a bit of quality between the teams under you, and you can say it now because you won and no one's coming for you.
Look, I think we got off to a really good start.
Yeah.
I prepared that, so we started well and got runs on the board early. But as the weeks have gone on, teams have caught up with injuries and stuff. I think Toronto are probably on their day are as good as us.
Yeah,
a good team, well coached, some good players like Peter McPherson's still running around there. I wouldn't want to be Adamstown playing Toronto at any venue. Westie, decent.
Where is the playoff for?
Is it a one-off?
I think it's a one-off game, maybe at Adamstown Oval. Or if I read the rules, because I do read the rules, but I think it's at the NPL club's ground if it's Adamstown.
Yeah.
Or it might even be based at Adamstown, but so second plays third, home away leg, and fourth plays, say, Adamstown.
Yeah.
Home away, the winner of those two games plays off in a game.
So like a
so
final.
Adamstown does have to play.
Yeah, they have to play fourth, so
I just thought
potentially...
they sat there waiting.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
too. Just waiting.
That's
Run
yeah.
at me kind of thing.
So you got, like, at the moment, it's where we're going. So I think Toronto, I think Hyber is second, Westie and Toronto in that mix, and then Singleton can still make it.
Singleton strikers.
Yeah, they're good. You wouldn't
Yeah.
play them.
Oh, Singleton
Is
born.
Matty
I was Singleton
Moncrief?
born.
Is he the coach?
No, I wasn't born. I
of
lived there for a
Hyber,
little
or is
Yeah,
he just
Matt's the coach, president, sponsor, canteen manager.
Matty?
Does
Probably
Anthony
the best.
Castledine still play for Singleton
Anthony,
strikers?
no,
Do you know him?
I know who you're talking about. And Rodney Luxford.
Yeah, Rod Luxford. Yeah,
I used to play against them back in the day.
Mate, so I grew up in Singleton
Yeah.
for some time, and he was my first ever 9-year-old coach.
Yeah, good player.
Both of them, Anthony Castledine.
I played against them. Warren Gillespie in goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still all up there. Singleton a good bunch. We always go back to we get the bus up and go back to their pub, and yeah, it's good.
And Dougie West coaching.
Dougie West is coaching. Yeah,
Up in Singo.
yeah.
Is he? Well, no, I ran into him at the surf at one mile, actually. And he
I
told
don't
me
know
that.
Nice bit of, it's a
Yeah,
big
it's
way.
morning money up there, mate.
Yeah,
I
brown
got
paper
told by
bag,
someone
yeah.
who's involved with Singleton that they have aspirations the next couple of years to come up. So with a bit of that sort of Komatsu and
Is
you
there
know,
facility?
Hunter Valley #1 money or #2, whatever it is.
Have you ever been up
I've
there?
been
mate?
up there. Yeah.
It actually is. It's probably the
It's not
one
bad,
they've
yeah.
relayed it. There's a cricket
Yeah.
pitch there. The
Next to the
sheds
tennis courts
are
and
pretty
that.
old.
Yeah.
It's all right. Lights are good. It's decent. And what it used to be, it was very bad.
Got some
but-
stories about that instead, but I
Have you?
can't say them on here.
No, but Singleton, yeah, it's a good trip up there from Blacksmiths.
Yeah,
It's
get
fair
the
play.
bus.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so they could potentially be playing Adamstown. It's pretty tight. There's a few games going on. Khyber have done well. Yeah, I think, my opinion, Toronto are they're as good as us on their day.
I mean, Adamstown they'd be nervous. You know, they got
Yeah.
I would
everything
be-
to
I
lose.
would be-
They got
I would
everything
be.
to
Well,
lose, and
we'll
I would
speak
be.
about it a little bit. You know, the juniors have dropped out in the decoupling and stuff
Yeah.
as well, so and haven't come up this year. They didn't come back up, so
No.
you know, there's a bit of
Yeah.
which is a shame.
It's
Oldest
falling
club in the
apart. And
oldest
this-
club in the world.
and
Isn't
this
it?
will-
Isn't that what Morris said
Oh,
last
it
week?
did, yeah.
Australia.
we'll just have a look. We'll just Morris from the Jets, big fan of the show now. Just have a look at that for us and have a read out of the ladder.
Okay, so Magic are first, then Jaffers second, Edgeworth Eagles third, Charlestown fourth, Hamilton Olympic fifth, Cooks Hill sixth, Valentine seventh, Western eighth, Maitland ninth, New Lambton 10th, Adamstown 11th, and Lakes are dead last on 12.
Oh, look at you coming with the fire too. I love it. Yeah.
Why not?
Run it,
Nice
man.
little
Kind of
adjective in
attitude.
there.
The whole
right at
Put
the
some
end.
Mary's attitude.
Yeah, it's the whole.
Dude, is it apples or fizzles?
Oh,
What do we call it?
There's Apples is the one.
Yeah.
That was the one from the primary school days.
Yeah, right.
St.
Yes.
Mary's.
Yeah, sweet. Right, yeah. Yeah, I do my research.
Oh, God.
Wait till the next bit.
Oh God.
Take a quick break and come back with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we just had to cut that bit out. We don't normally cut stuff out. It's normally pretty much live to air. But old Captain Controversy next to me. No, kidding. Just having a couple of beers off camera. Yeah, it's good to have you. And again, congratulations on going up. Sound effect, insert. That's the clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome, mate. At the start of the year, did you have the confidence that you guys not just win, but win by, 56.5 points at the moment?
Yeah, it's a big gap. It's a solid gap. Well, we come 8th last year. That's the funny thing. Like, we come 8th, and I'd been away working in Western Australia on a holiday and sort of had a break and come back, and as soon as we come back, we found out we could get promoted. It sort of turned a few cogs with the committee and a few people, and people got on board, and we sort of reached out and networked and got some players, and it sort of went from like 2 players to like 8 because they're all friends, and then it just all sort of fell in place.
Yeah,
really,
cool.
it was a bit of luck involved.
So, which forgive my ignorance, but Gary doesn't let me watch lower league. He just wants me to, because I'm not a traditional soccer man, concentrate on some stuff up top.
Yeah.
He doesn't let me watch it. So Just educate me on what players and where they came from and how they got there.
So we had a striker. He's actually Golden Boot again this year. He's got 25 goals. Kane Woolston. He was with us for a couple of years previous. He had last year off. He went back down the coast, and I went away. And so he come along. He's friends with Adam Blunden, who's quality from Maitland. So he's a standout for sure. So he come along, and there's three brothers now. So the Hall brothers. They're originally from Lithgow, but they live down at Baddo Bay. I had one, Brendan Hall. He's played with us for a few years, and he brought his two younger brothers, Ethan and Matt. And then they brought their neighbour, Adam Woodbine, and then Adam Woodbine brought his workmate, Sam Kirk.
Oh, there you go.
So the quality we gained was good. Adam Woodbine was a Mariners in the Mariners Academy. I think he signed a senior contract.
He did? No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's played for Central Coast United in the NPL 1 last year in Sydney. So it was when he turned up to train, and it sort of, we sort of thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And then I picked up a boy from the Jets by the name of Ian Matthews, who was in the Jets Academy. But he was sick of football. He had a year off, and then he's come along.
Wow, cool.
So we added these guys, but the best thing was they're all mates and their wives, and they all know each other. A lot of them play for Killarney Vale in Central Coast. I think they won the comp 8 years straight. So
good sporting district, Killarney Vale. I think they're pretty good at the AFL and stuff as well.
Yeah, so it was a good networking, and that on top of the boys we had. It was still
that's right.
Our reserve grade won the comp last year, so that they've done that again this year in minor premiers. So it's sort of just come together, and we started well, and we're here we are now.
Yeah, cool. And as we said, won by a lot of points. I mean, it must have been absolute scenes at Old Boys Day last week when you actually got presented and
well, it was, the emotion was taken out of it because it wasn't a moment. We didn't win it, and the whistle went.
Yeah, right.
The game was already won when we turned up, so it was a bit of a cage.
Bit lacklustre.
It was a bit lacklustre. Second half was pretty poor.
Yeah.
Walls End are coming dead last, and they found a reason to put 5 at the back and the whole game. It was.
Park the bus, kind of.
But it was already done, so it's exciting. I think, it's a good memory for the club, and it was a big day out there.
Oh, unbelievable, Especially, we would have made waves on the lake, I'd imagine.
Channel.
Get part of the channel.
Walk across the bridge to get home from the Urana. So.
So is the Urana the major sponsor?
Nah, the Swansea RSL is.
Oh, beauty.
But the After Hours sponsors the Urana.
Yeah.
So if we don't
really?
get in trouble.
Any lock-ins?
It was pretty late. Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty good bloke. Dave.
You behave yourself?
Yep.
Yeah, it's changed the Urana too. They've gentrified it. I remember going back there, late 90s, early 2000s. I think I nearly I was playing pool there, I think, and I won. I was against a couple of people, they were wearing leather jackets, and old mate got annoyed that I beat him and won money, and he smashed the light with the pool cue.
I think the Life and Death used to run out of the Urana. I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea. Whatever. so then I got the glass and ate the ice, and he thought I was mad, so he left me alone after that.
It was a good pub.
Yeah, no, great pub, awesome pub. So I mean, for yourself, this year's been it's been an up and down journey, hasn't it? There's a bit of controversy in the club, and I think Gary started the movement on the Between Two Poles show. Put your boots out for staff.
Thanks, guys.
to get you reinstated, because that was a bit of a debacle, not a hiccup through the season, but you've done the job. It was just a weird kind of decision.
Yeah,
talk us through it if you can.
I can't really go into too much.
Yeah.
Being professional, not
Yeah,
personal.
of course.
I've learned to be more professional, not personal. That's the big lesson I've learned out of it. Look, it's not old school football anymore, as you speak about it. My generation, Gary's generation, you get spoken to in a certain way.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes that came out in me as a coach, and probably some of my words weren't the greatest to a certain player, and then it just snowballed. It just got out of control, and then there's a new committee come in, and I guess I didn't take to them telling me what to do because I've been there so long, and then it was what happened.
Bit of old school versus new school.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Bit of NWA versus Kanye, maybe.
Gang war. Look, I think it's been the best thing that's happened to the club. But
Yeah.
like the new committee, they come in at the time and they had to deal with things, and I sort of didn't agree with it. Been around football so long, like the things they were saying that I had to do for like, punishment for my crime was a bit excessive, I thought.
Yeah.
But they stuck to their guns, and good on them.
So what did you say? Kid. No, kid. Replace the word with bolter.
Yeah,
We will put the words coming out of his mouth.
dumb bolter, pretty much.
bolter.
But I've made amends with that player.
Yeah.
It's just football.
Heat of the moment.
It's training, and everyone's revved up, and just people got involved that shouldn't have been, and ended up like it is. But the best thing was, we both owned up to it, myself and the committee, and we nutted it out, and it's been good ever since. The club's way more professional than it was with the previous committee.
Yeah, cool.
And that's what we need to move forward.
Well, I mean that's obviously in the big league, or not the big league, but coming up a division. It is going to be harder. And I mean, obviously you've got a good group of people. Are you looking? And this is from CT actually. Are you looking at bringing any other players in, or are you going to try and keep the remainder of the squad? And is there a couple of key positions? Is old mate that you're talking about out now? Or, no, I'm joking.
No, he's gone. He left.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, do you have to? I mean, obviously, because you need depth. You're going to have to. Your reserve grade squad's flying at the moment. Minor premiers getting into a grand final, which they get to play. So do you have to build around that? Are you going to look for younger players first, or are you going to look for some more experienced players, or are you just going to keep it how it is?
We're starting from the top. We're just trying to get a director of football, head of football in. I've been speaking to a few people just to have that link between me and the committee, a bit more professional, so that conduit's there so that we don't sort of go down.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, and then that person who we'll hopefully get soon will help with recruitment.
Yeah.
Reserve grade is quite good, and I think 14 of the squad is youth products from our club.
Yeah, cool.
And that's what we're big on, keeping these young guys here. But top end wise, I reckon we need to add at least 4 or 5 players.
Yep.
But budget isn't our thing. We don't have a big budget.
You got to start hitting the Cleopatra at the RSL.
So budget wise, we've got to be realistic.
Yeah.
I think we'll lean on friendships.
Yep.
And maybe some guys down the coast that we can network with.
It's awesome. You're the gateway to the coast, really.
Yeah.
So, it's 10 minutes. Probably, it's quicker to go to
the boys,
Some good
Batto
footballers
Bay.
down there as well.
There's some great footballers. Like they drive Batto Bay. It's 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I googled it. It's 22 minutes. They go to Swansea Macca's after every training session.
Yeah.
But,
You got that tracking app on them. The kids have the tracking app, Snapchat.
Live 360.
if one's sick, the other 3 don't turn up. But I think the coast is. I know of a lot of good players in the area. I'm finding out more and more people that live in Caves Beach, Swansea, that are playing.
Down
playing.
there.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Is there?
Yeah, there's guys. I found out the other day that Charlie Cox from Maitland lived in Caves Beach.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I didn't know that.
Jeez, you wouldn't think. I thought there was only weird stuff coming out of those sand hills.
No, there's plenty of players like even Scott Pettis from Caves Beach.
Oh, is he?
Brother Dean. So I'll be finding out the guys that are local.
Yeah.
I think I know a few of them and asking them. For years they've said no because we're not NPL. So now it's sort of an opportunity for them to be a part of it.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, I think you don't want to be looking at. I know Lake Macquarie's going down. You don't want to be looking and picking out the eyes of the. You know what I mean. It's good to have a look around. Your Central Coast and a couple of those. Scott Pettit, as you mentioned. He's not always starting.
Just players like that.
Yeah, stuff like that, and it might be a good opportunity for them to cement a first grade position as well.
Well, there's loads of them players.
Yeah.
The teams are fairly loaded up.
Yeah.
16, 17 man squads, and there's always players that are looking for game time. So
I just want to give
experience and
we just want to give opportunity, and where we have to because we can't afford to go.
No, that's right.
To buy like top end players.
Yeah.
So
well, the market's out of control, really.
I'm finding that out actually.
Yeah, it's out of control.
I had a few conversations and I was like, okay, I might. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But we've got a good culture. That's a buzzword, but like everyone's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Families are involved. All the people, everyone, kids know each other, and that gets you through a few games. Not saying the lower league clubs, lower end clubs in NPL don't have a good culture, but players in and out all the time every year doesn't breed for that. We've had a good solid group, so hopefully that might get us a few points. And
when their families are involved, like wives and or partners, and they all buy into it. They spend time together all the time. It's what we had at Edgeworth. You know, all of our mates, all of my mates, all their partners were there, and it was just like it was so much easier. You could just spend a few hours, and then you could still go to the Kent later on. But
it works.
It works. It really does.
That's what
work.
happened on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they're all there together and
look after the kids.
But it's what you need for to substantiate or for long term success.
Definitely.
You could blow your budget in 1 year and still not have success.
What do they say about happy life, happy wife? Is it
Right.
something like that?
I don't know whether you're the man to.
Well, it's
use
not
that
something
term.
I've subscribed to my own living standards to, but yeah.
No,
But you're right. No, if families are involved in the club, then it does become a good environment. You've got kids coming through, and the parents are coaching through the kids, so the kids want to come to the games, and it breeds that bit of loyalty.
I think for the first time it's taken, and you have to get it right because you can go straight back down. Whereas teams like New Lambton and Cooks Hill and Lake Macquarie, they've had stints down, but they've had longer time to get it right. And they still haven't really. Cooks Hill are starting to get it right. So you do have to. You have to get into the market, but you have to have something a bit more.
Well, you need a good junior base, and Bell Swans, by all accounts, when it decouples, are very competitive against the teams that come down from the top division as well. So I think they made the finals last year.
Done really well with. Like when I've spent some time with the youth as well, and my son's played against you guys, and it's just I could see the coaching was decent and. It's what you need. You need to build from within the club.
And you're a builder, it's like building a house. You put the roof on first, don't you? I don't know. Feel my hands.
Some people do.
Feel my hands. They're soft.
Well, you say that, but we're big on the coaches. Ex-players too. So Clayton Poole's involved.
Yep.
We all know what he's like. Australian Laws has done a great job with the JDL. That comes through, and then we're recruiting the kids coming through. Shane Paul's son's going to go in the JDL, Mitchell Cook's son, Cameron Cellini. So we're just getting all these local guys with their kids and that sort of bookend and the bottom end, and then we've just got to do the job at the top to keep him there. So.
And that's the thing. It's keeping them there too, because you'll find when they get to that 13s, and if you're not sort of competing in that, and if they do keep this decoupling,
well, hopefully not.
Hopefully, I hope. I'd ideally.
You don't like it?
For me, I'd like it to just follow NPL clubs. That's if your Bell Swans first grade is in the top flight.
If they're going to do it, not halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy for them to take it to couple,
at the end of the year.
swap it like that.
Promotion,
I just don't
relegation.
feel like when Northern say it's all about development, yet for the first half of the year everyone's scrambling for points to stay in. It completely defeats.
And then halfway through the year, teams get. For example, Bell Swans will get their best players plucked and go.
They got plucked last year.
So that's great. Western just got all their players plucked by a few clubs, a few inner city clubs.
So I think we missed out on the next level by a point or 2 points last year.
And then
everyone, all their good players, obviously parents pushed them elsewhere.
I just don't think
it just
it
killed
doesn't breed loyalty.
No, it doesn't breed loyalty.
You guys grew up, in a different kind of era where loyalty was the main thing. I was only talking about this the other day. There's probably only in NPL 3 clubs that have children of people that past players, and that's probably Edgeworth, Olympic and Magic. Really, the other clubs kind of just.
That's it.
I mean, would you ever send? I mean, I know your youngest has played for in a division below. But if it's in top division, would you let him play for Jaffers, or would you spit on him?
Well, he wouldn't get fed, but wherever he wants to go. But I mean, I like to coach my boys as well. I mean, one, it costs a fortune, so if I can offset
get a bit of free
being
money
paid to do it, and I'm not. And again, I'm not. That's just not on Northern. That's across the board with clubs who are taking advantage of the amount of money that the clubs are forcing the parents to play, they're happy to do it. It's crazy, and that's why the First Division players are so inflated when it comes, because that's where the money's coming from. Anyway, it's another story.
We're going about this all the time.
We do.
It's getting repetitive.
I'd love my boys to play at Edgy, of course, and they have. But wherever they head, I'll take a step away from that so I can go and watch them. Wouldn't matter if it was Magic or whoever it was.
You're big at Magic, let's be honest. When we go and commentate, everyone's giving him high fives.
Yeah.
He's up here.
Well,
What about you?
it's nice.
You got kids and that are
I've
involved?
got a daughter. Yeah,
Yep.
plays at the Belmont Swansea Juniors.
Yep.
In the community with boys, so we've mixed 8 girls and 8 boys this year. A bit of an experiment.
Cool.
It's working quite well.
Yep.
Because I wouldn't pay my money to put her in a JDL pathway in the women's. Some of the results you see, especially in first grade, it's pretty poor.
Well, that's and that's the thing, Like, you've got your own business as well, is that right? So you're chasing invoices and.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to pay. It's hard to pay $54,000 a year.
Well, like I get to coach my daughter, and I think I couldn't just go coach like you. You can't go coach Edgeworth first grade and leave your kids.
No,
so you got to do the right thing. That's my that's how I operate. But I just don't see. I think it's agendas by parents, and it's
crazy that you would think that. A kid might pay at Western and pay a certain amount of money, and then halfway through the year when the decoupling kicks in,
have to pay another
would have
rego?
to pay again. They would have to.
It's madness.
I would think they'd have to. Why wouldn't they?
And
they should have to if they do leave.
They're not investing in kids; they're investing in crypto.
It's the parents' ego that needs to be put in check, not so much the kids.
Our committee spoke about it the other day, and they said they're going to keep the youth pretty much the same price, even though first grade's gone up, because they can't see. I get it. I don't want them subsidising the first grade team. So
the issue is, Mick, that
is that what you think where money goes to?
I can't
comment on
we should.
I think so.
But the team should have less players in them. When we played, we had like 13 in a team max. You played every week.
No, you had 15 at least, didn't you?
No, not when I was a kid. Not a chance.
Right.
No, you played every week.
Late 80s, I guess.
Yeah,
Probably not that many kids playing.
No.
Edgeworth only had a population of 500.
I just think you pay the amount, but I just don't think you should have 16 paying kids to.
And I know they break it. Look, they break it down, and I know at Edgeworth you guys train 3 or 4 times a week. The family club's the same. They train, and when you do break it down, it's $30 a session, but it's not the point. I've said it. Rugby. My mother young boy plays footy, and it's $150. I use the voucher. And I get it back.
Whatever Northern put on, that's fine, but the clubs can still fix it a little.
I think, I agree with you. It's definitely not on Northern. There's other clubs coming in and picking. And
you're picking 16 players for a reason. You're not developing kids if you've got 16 kids playing, and some of them are playing 30 minutes a week.
And it gets worse as they get older.
There's no stamina. There's not enough learning there.
Anyway, let's get back to Mick and not on our high horse again.
He bled us there.
We're trying to get sponsors here.
It's true.
No, it is true. You're right. And so, I guess getting back to your coaching, you mentioned before you do have your own business.
Yeah.
Juggling that with it's almost nearly a full-time job to run a first grade football team. Babysitting, not just the babysitting would do my head in.
Marking the lines, we put the goals up. The second division, you got to work a lot harder than the NPL. I guess it's the grassroots sort of stuff, the effort, but it's just a passion, and there's a lot of hard-working people out there to help. But I'm lucky I work for myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't be employed.
This is 11 o'clock in the lunchtime when we're recording too. We're just about to go for cannery, so can work for himself.
But it is. It's almost. It's minimum 3 nights a week. Probably 4 for some. You're looking at
analysis and
and game day and again.
So do you do much of that sort of stuff yet, or is that something?
We don't really. We had the VO going all year. But we were winning so many games, I just didn't even look at them. I thought, well, I'm not going to waste my time. But I just wanted to keep focusing on other things. And
why not?
I watch more BarTV.
Do you?
I do. I watch the game on the weekend at the Charlestown Magic game. I enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
Just seeing what's happening. You know, seeing certain styles of play, other coaches, what they're doing. Our league, you can't really analyse too much.
Yeah. Is this something you're looking forward to doing? Like next year, getting right into it.
Getting right into it. Nothing, nothing no doubt. Sort of.
Yeah, different
It's a
players.
good tool.
Different players for different.
Terrific tool.
You can see how people play out. You can set up your team based on. You don't even have. I go to games, so in our division, I go to a lot of games.
I do,
and watch because you have to put the time in and
Yeah.
just to see formations. But I could just watch it on my phone,
Yeah.
BarTV, and you could set up a team for the weekend. Based
You can
on
also
that.
stream it from the app, the new app that's out.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, new app just came out. You put it on your TV and that too.
Yeah, I can't put on. You can't put on your TV.
On the app you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been wondering why.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I'll show
I
you.
thought it was me.
Well, we'll do a video and step by step and put it out for the punters out there.
Yeah, cool.
It'll be awesome. Gary's going to do it. Very good.
Literally.
Gaz, we've got a couple of questions that we
I've just
asked.
got one
Yeah.
question, like just based on obviously you've got the job, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night
Yeah.
they had a meeting.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And yeah,
Breaking news.
They announced it. Well, they rung me last night, so I've got the job for 2 years.
Terrific.
I've got to
Awesome.
obviously stay up the first year to keep it for the next year, but that's common sense.
Yeah.
And
Well deserved.
yeah, no,
Well
it's
deserved.
good
well
to
done.
thank you.
Soft
Get to
hands
keep
for-
rolling. So I'll
You've
probably
got soft hands for a goalkeeper and a builder.
on the-
And just how you got into coaching, because I mean you're traditionally goalkeepers, like, and you look around, there's none, but there isn't really many that have gone on to coach at.
He's got a midfielder complex.
No,
this
to
bloke.
coach at a level.
Okay.
You'll agree,
Yeah, I
definitely.
agree.
There's no one that I know of. You know, you're usually just going.
No, I get it.
Usually
Yeah.
go into goalkeeper coaching, and there's some very good goalkeeper coaches. So I'm definitely not dissing goalkeepers at all. But we haven't really seen any goalkeepers that have, that have obviously got the knowledge that you have. So is it just like when you're at South Cardiff? I remember you were like you're a great goalkeeper, but you're rugged and mouthing.
Bit
and
abrasive,
It was
yeah.
it was brazen. It was brilliant to play against you and coach against you. But I was just wondering what made you want to be a.
I didn't want to be a coach.
Yeah. Okay.
I went to I finished at South Cardiff. That year they made the FFA Cup. That was a good year. And then I got out of there injury wise. I thought I could get another year out of myself at Belsons, but it sort of fell apart with my knees. And I was a goalkeeper coach.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't a coach.
Yeah.
Like when I went there was no coach.
What year was that?
2014.
Yeah.
No, 2015.
Yeah.
Joel Shearer was there, and I remember having a conversation with him in the car park, and we were just going to leave. Like first training session, I was like, "Mate, this is." He come from Olympic, I come from Southie, and I'm like, what are we doing? And he goes, I'll stay if you stay. And we shook hands and said, we'll try and make it better. So I just started helping Brad Paul.
Yep.
And me and him jumped on board in 2016, I think, and we made the grand final the first year. Got beat by Walls End out there, and then I was sort of the assistant, but then then we got Josh Ruffo in. He's a mate of mine, and he come along and I was his assistant, and then he left and I just started coaching. That whole time I didn't have any C license or anything. Like I was just doing based on sessions and what I've learnt from football, and just a bit rogue.
That's how you should be.
The secret is I only got my C license this year at the start of the year. So
Not required.
It's not required. So,
We've just been on the we've been on the juniors rant. Don't get him on the license rant.
I sort of I just enjoyed the camaraderie, mate. The camaraderie of the whole thing, and putting good sessions on. And I think the sessions were the main thing that kept the players interested. And I like setting up teams, bit of structure in the game. But yeah, I've got a lot to learn going into NPL, just about the intricacy of the midfield and shape. But I've learned a lot this year. We sort of played counter-attacking football all year, how we set up, and I was sort of pushed that to the players. We played basic 4-4-2 every game. We sat in two banks of four every game, no matter who we played, and we just wait for him to cough the ball up, and we'd go forward. We never changed that, and I had that in my head because I thought that's how we'll have to play in NPL. There's no way we can be expansive and play out from the back as much. So I sort of figured that sort of stuff out.
You've got to know your players, and you've got to know your level of player. And
so I had two strikers. One's got 25, one's got 17. So
And sorry to cut you off. We've said that, haven't we? If you're scoring 25 goals plus in NL. You said it, not me. I'm claiming it though.
Yeah.
You're going to be successful in any sort of
yeah,
league. You know?
yeah.
You're going to be. You're
You
gonna
know
score
where the goals are
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you've got 25, even if it's the division below. Like whoever who's that?
No one. That's the thing. This
Yeah,
is my gripe with NPL. No one looks.
Yeah.
So no one looks below, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sort of pisses me off. This boy's quality. He's 25, both feet.
Yeah.
Like scored 10 in a row with his head, and people don't even know his name.
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean, and it gets back to. I mean, this is a systematic problem, I think, because it gets back to the Jets not looking at NPL, NPL not looking at NPL.
You're 100% right.
too, so-
And that's one point. And there's a couple other boys in the team that never get tapped up to go up either. So
Well, they're up now.
yeah, well that's
probably a bonus now,
that's-
isn't it? That you've
and even myself, like I've never had a conversation with another club my whole coaching career to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think there's a stigma around that.
Well, I think I think people have spoken about you highly.
But there's
Mitchell
good
Cook definitely
players.
talks well about
There's
you.
good players. Like there's some good players, and even the league below the zone league, there's still good players getting around in that.
Yeah.
That would fill the gaps in
Yeah.
those lower teams quite easily.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So hopefully it all comes to fruition that the best players are in the best comp. All year round.
No, awesome. Well, thanks for that. I think there's one more to go, and I'm sure you've been on plenty of them. It's end of season trip time. Your last one that you're ever allowed in your life. Your missus has said, go with the boys. Gaz are coming, and CT's coming too. He's not here. He's on his own end of season trip. But us three are coming. But you've got to pick 5 of the best. Unlimited resources.
Seen this on the last one.
Unlimited resources.
And the boy that picked his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's the generation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Z generation.
We both cracked. I mean,
Yeah,
it was one of the best moments on this show.
Yeah.
But
We nearly fell off our chairs. But.
So yeah, I've seen that, and I had to think about it on the way in because I thought you'd ask, and there's a few good ones.
Yeah.
One would definitely be Mitchell Cook.
yeah. I've been on plenty of work stuff with him, so
I've been on a bender.
I'm happy with that.
Lived in England with him for a while, so he'd be good. And Chris Gazzard, that'd be a good combination.
Yeah.
We had some good times together.
Yeah, he's good on the.
He's
Dogs.
Gazzard's very sensible.
Yeah, well, he's my son's 14s coach, and I've been on a couple of parents and sons trips away, and he is a bit sensible, but he's good too.
Did you know a guy that I played with at Dudley for a lot of years, Ian Bird?
I know his name.
Ian Bird. He's one of the best as well. The old
Yeah.
Dudley days,
Yeah.
and
There'll be some wild balls.
there was some Emzo and
Emzo.
the Salinis, Waddingham. So he's from that Dudley generation.
Yeah,
Ian
yeah.
Bird. If people know him, they know. What I'm talking about.
I know.
Mate, Mitch Wallace was a good one
Yeah.
from South Cardiff.
Yeah.
He was.
There's some wild boys there at South.
Yeah, they're not really. I thought they were a bit tame
tame.
coming from Dudley. It was a bit tame.
Dudley, yeah.
And out of our group now, there's a few in our group, but yes.
What about Rufo, just for his...
That's Danny.
Yeah.
No, he's settled down. A boy named Steele Harvey in our group now. He's got a few alter egos. And
Has he? Good.
He's actually got a meeting with the committee on
Yes.
tomorrow, Thursday night, from the damage in the sheds from the other night. So there's a lot of light globes missing, chairs broken, chips on the barbecue, and the fingers pointed at Steele Harvey. So he's definitely a loose.
Love it.
He
Loose
brings
in the
dice
mouth.
everywhere we
Yeah,
go.
Las
He
Vegas.
plays the dice game.
Does he?
Oh, he's just
He's perfect for Vegas.
So he
Just don't use your
there's-
own dice.
hopefully he hangs around next year. But there's plenty of good boys at the Swans that
Good strong name Steele too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still Harvey.
Yeah, it just reeks of a rat bag.
He's an architect. You wouldn't pick it, but he's an architect. But
Is he?
he's a rat bag. Eh?
Love
He
it.
actually kissed Katy Perry
Did he?
twice.
Twice.
Yeah, on
she
stage.
went back for seconds.
Yeah, he's just one of them guys, you know.
Yeah. We know a few of them.
But yeah,
That's awesome.
no, there's some good boys out there, and they like that. They like to have a good time. So
Yeah, cool.
But what about your missus? You gonna take her?
no, she wouldn't want to go.
Yeah. Well, that's our
That's
generation.
why she's my missus.
Yeah.
You understand, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why you have
Yeah.
a wife that trusts you and you just have fun and come home.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to bring them.
No. No, yeah, you're right. They wouldn't want to come in.
No.
Well, we'll take a quick break and come back with the wrap up for this week. Well, let's get back to the show. Cut that out as well, producer. Thank you, Paul. He's sitting over there in his bare shirt and his hairy chest, just licking his lips at us.
I've been growing my hair on my chest
Have you?
since.
Just for our end of season trip.
Oh, just
Can't
to
wait for
match Josh.
Yeah. So we're going to go quickly through this week's match. We've been here for a while. It's been awesome having you on, Mick, and now we're friends for life. I hope to go to the Arena. And,
I'll
I'll go to Swansea RSL for sure.
Yeah,
and,
we'll be at the
stay
Arena.
at Mitchell's
It's not
house.
Swansea RSL right on the water, isn't it? Is
Yeah,
that
it's
that
nice.
one?
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice,
awesome. Yeah. One of the best views.
You might be able to set up your camera in Mitchell's deck.
Yeah. Well,
Plug in.
he's actually given me an open door policy there if I'm ever out that way because I've got Nelson Bay.
Oh,
so if I'm ever out that way, I'm allowed to crash. So
Just won't
thanks
sleep.
very much, Mitchell Cook.
No sleeping.
This could get wild. So first game up Saturday, Hamilton Olympic, Western Bears. Olympic need to win. Western need to win.
Big one. Yeah, Western
Western
still
can mathematically make it.
Yeah, still got a slight chance to make the top 5. Olympic with all the running though. Like they've
Hoffman back?
Hoffman back, or they
Yeah,
didn't
two-
play. They didn't
two
play
didn't.
last week, so Hoff will probably still be out. Huge game. I don't know. I think without Hoff, I'm going to go Western.
I'm going to say the
I'm gonna
Bears
get an
too.
upset. Yeah.
Who do you reckon?
I just remember Western always win at Darling Street. I remember when I used to play in that era, they I don't know. So I would say Western.
Yeah. Well, I get 3 in a row. That's never happened.
No.
Jaffa's taking on the Silver Eagles, Edgeworth. Two of the Glamour clubs.
that's a good game.
Two of the Glamour clubs, Mick. We'll let you go first.
Well, I watched a bit of Lambton the other night, and the defending was poor on the goals. Obviously, that's not going to happen again.
It was Riley McNaughton's 49th birthday, so yeah.
But then they're defending against some good players that Edgeworth have, so it'll be interesting. The form strikers at Jaffa's. I'm going to go Edgeworth there, eh? When do you go to Perth?
We leave on Monday.
Okay, so I'll say I'll go. I'll just pick Edgeworth.
Are you going to go Edgeworth?
Edgeworth.
Jaffas.
Huge game.
A massive game for
Yeah.
the table, isn't it?
Well,
You know?
it's just such an important game for the Jaffas
And-
for our top 3.
Let's not forget I know there was a few players out from both sides, but the last time he's played it was 0-0
Yeah.
till full time. Went in
Yeah,
extra
they'll be
time.
completely different.
Yeah, they
team
will be completely different. As will you.
for that. Yeah, same.
I did hear a good one the other week, and I've never heard this before about Arthur Snedden Oval. I've never heard someone. It was from one of the Jaffas. I think it was Kale maybe at the
Yeah,
ground.
right.
He was calling it Arthur Snedden Oval.
Cool.
That's
Good
awesome.
one, yeah. But I mean, both sides would be a little bit concerned about what they've got ahead of them on the Tuesday in the Cup.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a big
Lambton
game.
need to win, don't they? They can't
Lambton
draw.
need to win. So if they want to win the premiership, I'm sure they've got hopes of performing well on the Tuesday night. But they'll be looking to stay in the premiership hunt, and we need to win. The Eagles need to win for 3rd. So big game. They've just both got to come through unscathed. Got huge games on the Tuesday night in the Cup. I'll go Edgeworth.
Yeah. I'm gonna after a big loss last week. I'd hate to be playing them this week, Jaffas. So I'm gonna say Jaffas.
Yeah, that's good.
Lake Macquarie, Charlestown. Lake Macquarie with nothing to play for really. Charlestown.
Yeah. Lakes, yeah.
Not nothing to play for. I mean, they want to prove a point, I guess.
Looking to get as many points on the way in.
I think Preston will have. He always.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always up, aren't they?
Well, they're staying in the game for periods, but Charlestown have got so much to play for.
Just
They're-
young kids against those old
Yeah,
heads. They're just going to bat.
It's gonna-
It'd be
I
too
think they'll
physical.
batter them physically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Azuri will win, and I think they'll win midweek next week against Western. They've only got 25 minutes to hold on.
What do you reckon, Mick? Fish and chips?
I think the big fella's out. Big Boogard's out on
is
the
he?
weekend. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Suspended, and someone else he told me.
Cousins is out as well, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's out as well. So,
I might just
yeah.
pick Lakes to wind the big fella up.
Yeah.
See if he
Yeah,
watches.
yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan. Had a couple of beers with him last week at the
Oh,
Jets
did you?
launch. He was driving, so.
Was he? He's
Yeah.
pretty sensible. I Charlestown for sure. for sure.
Yeah, cool. The People's Club, the Family Club, Valentine taking on Adamstown. Is there a chance Valentine can make the semis?
I think out of all of them, they are a chance. I think they got. Yeah, so I think Valentine.
You're locked in. Edgy's definitely locked in.
We're for top 5.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
but not top 3.
Yeah.
I'll go Valentine. I think they'll finish the season strong.
So yeah, I've got that. There's a bit of that smell in the air out there at CB.
Is there any grass on the field?
Yeah, it's
There's a bit.
It's dry. It looks deceiving. It's that grass that dries out when there's really good drainage and you can play on it all year.
Like Blacksmith's, half of it, yeah.
It's not painted like Jack McLaughlin.
Can't wait to get on Jack McLaughlin. Probably won't be allowed to warm up on it.
It's been a good... you won't be able to warm up.
I'm not allowed to walk on it either. Definitely Valentine. Yeah, they're going well, so they'll get the result.
Yeah, cool. And Maitland, New Lambton. Magic, of course, not playing this week.
Well, in past, you would just go Maitland, wouldn't you? But Maitland's form is really troubled at the moment. And New Lambton... I'm going to go New Lambton. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah, I don't think it
I think
matters.
Braden Crowley's back.
Yeah, Braden's back. He's been
Up
away.
there at altitude.
You might talk me into a draw, maybe. But
it's thinner up
I don't
there.
know. Maitland will probably hit back
Yeah,
this
it's
week.
thinner up there.
It just depends where.
I think New Lambton have got more to play for, I guess, with the get out of the drop area. So I might just say draw.
Yeah.
Coward.
Not upset by it.
I'm going to say, look, particularly on the back of the polls getting invited to do the presentation. And,
So is it the first grade presentation?
It's the club presentation.
The club
Not the
presentation?
kids, yeah.
No.
I
They won't
don't
around
do
the
kids
kids.
shows, mate. I used to work on Carnival P&O doing stand-up, and I was banned for doing the matinee show. So we're going to go Maitland.
Yeah.
4-0.
Considering we've been invited to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Or was it CT and he's away and I've just been brought in?
No, I don't know. I just got the text. I'll show you the text. You're in. It actually didn't mention your name, but you're coming with me.
There you go. What if they send me a...
He said Gary.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought I was Gary. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for coming in. Thanks very much,
Dave.
mate. Awesome.
Thanks,
It's
mate.
really good to have you in, and congratulations again. I really, I love what you guys have done this year, even though I haven't seen it that much. But get up to date on Saturday nights from one Mitchell Cook in our work thread, and he's always wrapping up on what you guys are doing. So yeah, well done.
Yeah, same.
And he's the only guy I can go with.
Really, I've been following, your coaching, and I think we've had a few trial games, and we've had a few messages, phone calls. But yeah, no, I think you deserve it. And I think the club too. They were massive in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I just think this promotion is such a good thing for football again around here, and hard-working coaches, and make your own luck. And
I appreciate
Well,
it.
Double Denim was massive in the 80s too.
was,
Look,
yeah.
they're no Bells ones.
No, it's good to have a club from there. I think he'll do well.
I think it'll just give a different outlook to the whole league.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Hopefully we're taking too well.
It's
And
just it's
do they still
stale,
go to the people's clubs still? We still do that?
Well,
We do,
We have to a couple of clubs. We do.
What?
But yeah, just where the teams go back to opposite clubs.
Oh yeah.
It got drained out a while back, which was really disappointing.
Well, that's our goal for next year, to bring that back.
Let's
We'll,
bring it
we'll
back.
be knocking on doors. That's
Yeah.
what we do. That we love that stuff.
No,
so
we'll
it's-
definitely. Lakes
awesome.
did it. We did it with Lakes. I've done it with a couple of clubs, but I think some rivalry there for a while.
Yeah.
Kind of got in the way.
I think it was someone lost a shoe at Adamstown Sports Club when they went in there. It hadn't been cleaned for 45 years.
Yeah.
I will try
So
and
they
avoid.
stopped it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll leave you at that one. Thanks very much, Gary. Thanks, Mick, again. Can't thank you enough, and thank you for tuning in.
It's
To Jim with a shot.
Live again. Oh, USA, man!